What is going on, guys? Welcome to another video. This is your boy NarikChase. We're doing another Street Fighter character, and this time we're going to be talking about the live action adaptation of Major Guile in the 1994 Street Fighter film. Of course, that was portrayed by Jean-Claude Van Damme. And I don't know what to say. Look, I like John Cloud Van Damme, but let's be real. Whoever thought this was a good ass idea to cast this dude as Guile, something's fucking wrong with you, man. Now, for those who don't know, Guile is one of the main characters from the Street Fighter series, and he first appeared in Street Fighter 2. He is a major in the United States Air Force whose goal is to finish the criminal organization Shadow Lao. Although it looks like Shadow Lu, but it's Shadow Lao, while at the same time investigating the whereabouts of his friend Charlie Nash. His biggest rival in the entire series, of course, is M. Bison. Now, most people think Akuma is like the overall antagonist now, but that's because Akuma is actually like the rival of Ryu. But if you got another rival, it'd be Guile and Bison. So, let's get on into this. Now, I gotta say, I like Jean-Claude Van Damme. I think the man was good. He was badass at his height. He has not done it a lot of good in the last few years in terms of his films and everything. But I have to say, the movie was already proven to be shit and a horrible mistake to have been made. But honestly, he was just like really bad cast. He should have not been cast as um, Guile. Look, I understand why I can understand why they cast him, because think about it, man. At that time, Jean-Claude Van Damme was an action star. He was badass. You see him beating up people every other movie, kicking ass, taking names, and I would give it to him. He actually looks the role. I can honestly say he actually looks the role. But Guile's American. He's not French, and he ain't fooling anyone having a French accent French actor try to play an American character, and then he's talking with the French accent. It does not work. Like I said, if he was American and he still looked like he was and everything, then I would be all for it. But they was a terrible like actor to cast as. Like I say, he looks the role. Physically, he did the role right, but everything else is like, Not to mention the character was poorly written. But let's talk about the difference between him and the source material. Honestly, I don't really see no differences. He's a military guy that can fight and trying to take out Bison. I don't really see the differences. But the movie was really campy and it was really stupid, so you really couldn't like take him seriously in the fucking movie because it was so campy and with the cheesy one-liners that he was that 80s and 90s were good with the one-liners and the action stars. And hell, that's extended over to the 2000 and 2010s. And it's probably going to keep extending because action movies, action stars that kick ass and take names are always good for one-liners. But is the character actually good or bad? Yeah, the character's pretty bad. You really can't take the character seriously. There's nothing. There's not a moment in this damn movie outside of the fights, him punching people, that you actually take this character seriously. For some reason, I don't know what it is about him being this character, but he just does not seem serious. He seems like he's phoning it in and everything. I don't know why. I don't know what. He just. I don't think I've said anything, gotten onto a character ranker and kind of ran it like this since Poison Ivy, and that was the first one, I believe. But anyway, like I said, John Claude Van Damme could have played some other damn character. Hell, I was going to say Vega, but Vega's Hispanic, I think. I don't. I think he was Hispanic, but if not, I don't freaking know. Screw it. I don't care. I do not care. Fuck it. Uh, and like I said, the character wasn't written really well. Yes, he was the main star of the movie. He's this action guy, and he just beats up and shoots people and all of that stuff. But did we really want to see this movie for him to shoot people? Because he shoots people, and I can understand why he's shooting people because they're shooting back at him. But this is like a Street Fighter movie, and the games are sitting around them actually fighting. But then in real life, in situations like that, you probably would shoot. So I'm not really sure how they could have actually carried that over right. And that picture's freaking hilarious. Uh, does he do a good job? Like I said, as far as the physical aspects, like with the fights and stuff like that, yes. Yes, there's that stupid editing where you like edit, hit, and all that stuff. Don't like that. But as far as the actual physical, like that picture right there, that's totally badass. Like that's a Guile picture right there. That one, that's like a don't smoke kids picture. But like I said, as far as the acting part of it, no. The actual character, no. When you see him on screen, you do not see no Guile. You see Jean-Claude Van Damme all the way. There's not one moment in this movie I was like, yeah, that's Guile. Hell no. Like I said, the guy looks the role. So when it comes to the fights, it looks pretty cool. But if he ain't talking, when he's not talking, it's Guile. When he talks, it's not Guile. Now, there's two other actors that I say I would actually nominate to play Guile if they were to reboot it. One would be Jeremy Renner, and another one would be Chris Evans. Jeremy Renner has been known to play some pretty good martial arts. He's been in he was in the Bourne series, with learning a bit of martial arts hand to hand. So I wouldn't really mind that. He was in of course, the Avengers with martial arts in hand to hand. Also, he was in Mission Impossible. Again, another physical role. So I would not mind seeing him actually pick up the reins. I could see him as a soldier. I could see him as being a tough guy. I could see him taking the lead. I could see him being in the action sequences. So he does have a pretty good portfolio to where I can actually support him being Colonel Guile as well. And like I say, he has played in some military roles, so there is that too. Also, Chris Evans. Chris Evans has gotten to some physical stuff as well, and plus with him playing in Captain America, everything you can see him looking just like that, be beefed up, and it would be pretty cool to kind of see him play like a military type character. Outside of Captain America, because Captain America is a military type character, but he's not like he's a superhero military character and not a Call of Duty military character. Maybe he was in a Call of Duty, not Call of Duty, some kind of war movie. But I wouldn't mind seeing him being like a military guy that's not a superhero doing a role like this. So between Jim Moran and Chris Evans, I would not mind seeing either one of them play Guile. And now, and as far as his acting, like I said, in terms of why he's actually they cast him as Guile, you can clearly see why they cast Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile. The man has not only does he do karate and kickboxing, Muay Thai, and Taekwondo, and all of that good stuff, he has a really impressive portfolio: Bloodsport, Kickboxer, Universal Soldier, Lionheart. Lionheart was stupid. Double Impact, Time Cop. Hell, even in his older years, he was in the Expendables. Did a bit of physical work. He was actually sudden death, hard target. So the man has definitely got a long portfolio, and it's easy to see why they actually cast him in it because of his his rise to stardom and stuff. But again, he was still a really bad cast for the role. Now, in terms of the overall design of the character, when he's in his like fighter mode and everything, it looks pretty cool. I can see him as Guile. That right there looks like shit. It looks stupid. It looks like they were going to go donate toys or something for toys for tots or something like that. I like that picture right there. Like, I don't understand why why the outfits look so damn stupid. And look how bright it is and stuff. So, and as far as the costume design go, nah, that's alright, bro. Nah, that is alright. The actual overall like fights and stuff, cool. The actual look, no, it looks stupid. Like that, like I said, that picture looks badass. So why could they stick with that throughout the movie? I don't know. And he just has to have a damn flag on his arm. But I think, does he have a flag on his arm in the game? I'm not sure. And but even if you actually look at it, that don't even look like American clothing. I mean, maybe it is, but it looks like it's that looks like some stuff you wear if you was like in. I don't freaking know. It just doesn't look. It doesn't look realistic. But anyways, yes, he is the main protagonist of the freaking movie, and he does have other characters: Cammy, Chun Li, Ryu, Ken. They did manage to fit a lot of characters into this movie. Most of who don't do shit for this character. Yes, he has a relationship with Cammy that pretty much pushes him throughout the entire film. Yes, he has this rivalry with Bison, which is kind of cool, but it's kind of stupid. Then he's got Blanca, which you don't give a shit about Blanca because not only is it not Blanca, but there's no really cool moments between the two, so you don't know what the fuck going on between them. So in terms of him being important, yes, he's a pretty important character, but just a stupid character and a poorly written one at that. In the development arcs, hell no, it's Jean-Claude Van Damme kicking ass movie. He does not have developing arcs in most of those types of movies, which is why it's good to see him play more acting roles rather than just these physical fight roles because he doesn't learn shit. And what they could have done better with the character, honestly, made him a bit more serious. For one, don't cast Jean-Claude Van Damme. Pick another character for him. He looks the role. He's just not. He's just not. Especially with that French. So like, of all the American actors they could have picked at that time, why did they pick a French actor to play an American role? And the iconic one is that I have no idea. But make the character less cheesy. That's one thing because he is pretty cheesy, pretty cartoonish in the film. Give the character a little bit more edge. And I think quit making him like the main character. I think that was one of the biggest problems in the movie too, is that because he was in the spotlight so freaking much, you start to see him less as Guile and him more as Jean-Claude Van Damme. So in the end, the movie is shitty as fuck, and Jean-Claude Van Damme being in the movie does not help it at all. In terms of him being Guile, I would say he did a decent job, but he was terribly cast for it. Now I'm not gonna say he didn't he was like fucking worst thing about the movie. I mean, look at Raul, what's his name, who played Bison. That was a fucking travesty. And I liked the guy. He was pretty cool, Gomez Adams. But I would give Jean-Claude Van Damme. I would honestly give him like a 2 out of 5. It could have been better, but it wasn't the worst thing about the movie. He was not the worst movie adaptation that I've seen. So yes, he gets a 2 out of 5. And having said that, guys, in the comment section below, let me know what are your thoughts about Jean-Claude Van Damme's portrayal of Guile in the 1994 Street Fighter film. Did you like him? Did you not like him? Who else would you have cast for the role? And tell me, did you even like the damn film? Also, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notifications button to get the best of what we got going on this channel, guys. And we'll definitely catch you guys later.